Am I being detained?
Stay here a second.
Am I being detained?
I will detain you in a second if you don't.
What for?
There.
What law?
Because they're having a chat, aren't they?
For what law? What law?
Right.
Yeah.
I am telling you that by your behaviour, I feel harassed, alarmed.
You can't be harassed, you're an officer.
Right. Not true. I feel
You're an
harassed.
officer of the law.
I feel
Look it up.
harassed.
Look it up.
Right. I feel harassed.
Arrest me now then.
Right. Okay.
Arrest me now.
If you come back
Arrest me now.
again, right.
Arrest me now.
If you come back,
Arrest me now.
I will be arresting you
Arrest
for
me now.
harassment under
Arrest
the
me now.
Harassment Act. Okay.
Arrest me now.
Welcome back to Operation Audit, the channel where we examine encounters that raise serious questions about police conduct and the proper use of authority when public officials overstep their powers. Today's footage was recorded by Chose88, and you can find a link to their channel in the description below. The incident begins outside Bulwell Police Station, where an auditor is simply filming when officers quickly emerge and approach with an attitude that suggests they've already made up their minds about the situation. Rather than taking a moment to understand why he's there, they immediately attempt to take control of the encounter through their manner and approach instead of relying on clear justification. Within moments, what starts as a routine public interaction begins escalating into something far more confrontational than the circumstances appear to warrant. And by the time it's over, the outcome is just as revealing as the officer's conduct from the very beginning.
What personal use would that be then?
My personal use. My business.
Yeah, well, as I've said to you, it's a security concern that you're
But it's not-
taking
how's it
photographs
security?
and you're taking images and videos, as you're clearly doing right now,
Yeah.
of police officers coming and going, or police staff coming
Yeah.
and going from this station,
That's correct.
right? You could do anything with that information. You
Right,
could be
okay.
passing that on to anyone, and that is a massive security concern from our point of view. So, why are you doing it, and who are you?
Is photography illegal?
Photography is not illegal, no.
Am I on public?
You are on public.
That's
yeah.
all I need to know
You've
then.
clearly done your research,
I
mate,
have.
Okay,
I have.
want you to answer my question. What
So
have you
if
been
I've
doing?
done my
It's the
research,
third
and you
time
know
you've
I've done
been-
my
It's the
research.
third time you've been seen today taking pictures of staff members' cars coming in and out of this police station.
Right, okay.
So what are you doing with that information?
Taking photos.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Because I can. Personal use.
For what personal use would you possibly need to know people's personal private details, especially with us being...
What makes you think I'm directly looking
If
for
there's an
license
innocent-
plate?
If there is an innocent explanation,
Then
why
just-
are you not willing to pass it to us? When I asked you
Why?
nicely
Because it's
at
my
first,
right.
It's not
Why
your
are we
right.
not-
It's not
It's
your
my
right
right.
to stand here and take pictures of people's personal...
Are you saying it's not my right
No,
to
it's
stand?
not.
So
You
I
don't
can't
have
stand
a
in
right.
public.
You don't have an automatic right to be able to take pictures of people's personal... there's no
I
right
think you
that
need
says
to
that.
read up on
There's
photography.
No right. Okay, you tell me where that right is then. No right
I believe
that
your
says you're-
chief of police sent out. You are? Explain to this woman and that gentleman.
This woman, I'm a police officer.
Or whatever. Call yourself that if you want. Just because you got a uniform.
Yeah, well that's why I've got the uniform, because I'm a police officer.
Firstly, none of you have identified yourselves.
From the outset, the officers treat him as though he presents a threat, but that position quickly begins to unravel once they're asked to explain it. Straightforward questions about what authority they're relying on and whether anything unlawful is actually taking place should have been easy to answer if their concerns were well-founded. Instead, their responses become increasingly difficult to reconcile with the approach they're taking. At one stage, an officer even claims that a person has no right to stand in a public place and take photographs, presenting a personal belief as though it were an established rule despite no such restriction being identified. The conversation becomes even more uncomfortable when CH refers to guidance issued by the force itself regarding public filming. That shifts the focus beyond a disagreement with a member of the public and highlights a conflict with the force's own published position. By then, the encounter no longer appears to be about applying the law consistently, but about justifying an approach that doesn't withstand even basic scrutiny.
Firstly, none of you have identified yourselves.
So what
You can't come out here and start demanding that a random member of the public not be allowed
But
to
you're
record.
not a random member of the public.
Well, I am.
You've made a choice to stand here and film police.
And you've made the choice to come out.
Can you not see how that's a security risk?
No.
Okay. Taking pictures of police personal vehicles, you don't think that's a security risk?
Not really, no. What's secure about that? Can I get your name and badge number?
Badge number's just there.
What's your name?
Badge number's there if you want it. You don't need to ask me questions. I need to ask you questions.
Oh,
of
okay
what I'm
then.
doing here.
I'm taking photos. Can I get your badge number? No. Is it not your policy to... Can you get me a copy of your policy handbook then, please? No? Oh, go online. I already know it.
Then why are you asking?
By law, because she's not...
Why are you asking for it if you already know it?
Because I'm informing her. The officer. That's not proven that she's an officer just because she's wearing something. So you might want to look up the law on photography before you like come out and start trying to stress people out over nothing. Why is
To me, or?
yeah?
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I don't know your name because you didn't tell me, right? So I'll just say officer, right? So why is it weird for me to record license plates, but yeah, you have a police van there, that's a camera van, I'm assuming, and yet the cars are on camera, I don't know, 300-400 times a day?
Sorry, I don't understand what your question is. What are you asking me?
Why is it weird for me to record a license plate, if that's what I was doing, that you're claiming that I was doing?
What,
But yeah,
what
it's
I-
okay. But it's
what-
okay
what-
for you
no, no,
guys
no.
to record license
What are you
plate.
doing then? Because if that's not what you're doing, then I
I'm
don't need to
taking
answer that question,
photos.
do I? Of what?
Well, as he was coming out, I was taking photo of the gate.
Why are
That
you
was the
taking
whole.
gate? Why are you taking a picture of the gate?
Why? Because it's electric. I think
Yeah,
it looks
what
cool.
about it? It's what, sorry?
It looks cool. That was it.
The
That,
electric gate looks cool.
I'm a photographer, so yeah. Random shit looks cool to a
Okay.
photographer.
So you have to understand that from our point of view, it's you know, like my colleague explained to you, we've got our personal vehicles in here. We're police officers, and you will appreciate that we have people that have issues with us, and having someone stand
you
outside
recording
with
as
the
well?
camera.
Another striking feature of the exchange is the imbalance in the standards being applied. The officers repeatedly press him to reveal his identity, yet they make little effort to properly identify themselves first, despite professional practice requiring them to clearly state who they are, including details such as their name or warrant number alongside their role. Dismissing that expectation while insisting the auditor should identify himself turns the principle of accountability on its head. Those exercising official powers are expected to be open about who they are, not avoid that responsibility. CH then questions why recording in a public place is being treated as suspicious, pointing out that officers themselves routinely photograph vehicles, locations, and members of the public during the course of their duties. Rather than addressing the comparison directly, the officers simply brush the point aside. That response only reinforces the inconsistency, where the very same conduct is viewed as entirely acceptable when carried out by police, yet becomes a source of suspicion when done by an ordinary member of the public.
Having someone stand outside with a camera, claiming to be taking pictures of the fence, is going to be a concern for us as police officers.
But I don't see why is that a concern? I'm in public.
Okay, you're not a police officer, so you wouldn't understand that. As police officers...
But you don't know the law. Otherwise, you'd
What do you mean
understand.
I don't know the law. What's the law? What
Well,
are we
you're
talking about?
standing out here harassing me over taking
I'm not
photos,
harassing you at all.
which is a
You've
legal
chosen-
activity.
No, the question was, why
Is it
are you
illegal?
taking
Is it illegal? It doesn't matter why I'm taking
of our-
pictures.
It's not a matter of legal or
Well, it
illegal,
is.
it? It's a matter
Well,
of
it
our
is.
concern for our own personal safety and for the safety
Well,
of
it's
the
legal.
officers in here. It doesn't matter whether it's
It
legal or
does.
not legal. We
It
have the
does.
right to ask you what you're doing.
You have the
and why
right,
you're
but I
doing
don't
it.
have to tell you why.
Well, if you don't
Because it's
tell
my
us
personal
why,
reason.
then we will just ask you to move on, and if we see you again, then you can be arrested
But you can't-
for prevent a breach of the peace.
But you can't move me on. I'm on
Yes,
public.
We can move you on from wherever I want to move you on from. Doesn't
Okay.
matter if you're on public, so why don't you go back and do your research?
I don't need to. Stepdad's a
Well,
lawyer,
clearly you do, 'cause
got a
you're telling me
master's
I
degree,
can't move-
so
You're telling me I can't move you on because you're in public, and yes, I can move you on
under what law?
to prevent a breach of the peace. It's
And
common
what
law
breach?
offence.
What breach am I?
If we believe that your actions are causing a breach of the peace,
Well, then go
you
back
can
in and let me finish what I'm doing, and
It's
then
not about me
then there's no
because
officers.
I can't allow you to carry on doing what you're doing.
well then I'll just come back later.
Come back later then, and you'll be arrested. It's no problem.
Well then, or unless I'm breaking the law, I'm not moving. It's that simple. Is it not that simple?
It's not
That's-
that simple.
It is that simple.
It's not, because you don't have to break in law. Like my colleague said, we can move you on to prevent a breach of the peace.
But there
That's
is
not-
no breach of
That's
the
not a
peace.
law break. Well, that's up to that's our opinion on whether it is.
Well then I'd like to
So
request
when
a
you said it's
supervisor.
that simple whether you're breaking a law,
I'd like
it's
a
not that
supervisor
simple. You don't demand what happens here. You don't ask us.
Rather than identifying any specific unlawful conduct, the officer shifts the discussion toward how members of the public might perceive the police, as though changing public sentiment could determine what someone is permitted to do in a place where they are lawfully present. When CH repeatedly asks the simple question of whether he is actually breaking any law, the lack of a direct answer becomes telling, because that should be the clearest point if the intervention is genuinely justified. The conversation then moves to the possibility of a breach of the peace, despite the encounter remaining calm and involving no obvious signs of disorder or immediate harm. Raising the prospect of arrest in those circumstances only intensifies the situation, making it appear less like a measure of necessity and more like an attempt to pressure compliance. By this stage, the focus no longer seems to be on preventing any identifiable risk, but on pushing the interaction toward a conclusion without a clear and objective basis for doing so.
So you want me to move because you've demanded it,
Yes.
but you won't get a supervisor out because I've demanded it. A member of the public who pays your wages.
You don't pay my wages, no.
How do I not pay your wages?
You don't pay my wages. You don't give me any money, so no.
Well, it's public
So it
money,
doesn't matter.
so it goes to you.
Okay, you know when you go to McDonald's,
I don't go to McDonald's,
you pay their,
it's fast
or
food,
you
but
go
yeah.
to any shop,
Yeah.
you effectively pay their wages, but you can't ask them for whatever you want, can you?
Well, I can
So
ask them
let's
for
not
help.
Let's not have to pay the wages.
So do you not go to Asda
No,
and go,
it's not
oh,
active.
excuse me, mate, where's the bean aisle? Do you not? You might know where the bean aisle is. Or the donut aisle, I don't know. Whichever aisle you want. But I'd like to speak to a supervisor, otherwise I'll just stay here. Well, I don't need to do what you're requesting.
We'll see.
We will. I'm surprised no one has dropped the terrorist bomb yet. On the terrorism.
It's got nothing to do with terrorism. It's a matter of our own personal security. In the same way that you wouldn't want someone looking through your window of your house taking pictures. It might not be a crime as such, but there's still an issue for
Well, it's not an issue, it's lawful, isn't it?
Yeah, but
If someone
have
wants
an
to stand
issue with
outside
it.
my
No,
house-
You're not. You're lying then. You're absolutely lying because you would
Am I?
not be happy with somebody standing outside your house taking
Are you
pictures
recording?
through your window.
Are you
So
recording?
There's no difference.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you can ignore
Are
me
you
if
recording?
I'm right.
You're right, you need to read up on photography then, don't you? Laws on photography. Public law. If I'm in public, I can see it. Therefore, I can record it. Simple as that. You can even go onto your own website, police website. I'm sure they've got documents on
You need
there.
to educate yourself because that's not public, is it?
But I'm on public.
Are you allowed to put your camera up against someone's window and film inside the house? You're not, are you?
If I can stand here.
No, you're not. You're not allowed to do that because.
But I'm on
inside
public.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You're not allowed to look in someone's window.
You are.
No, you're not. That is. an offence.
Go research.
That's
Go
a-
research.
I don't need to. I already know it. You
Do
need
ya?
to research it. You
Do
need
that?
to educate
Oh, okay.
yourself, mate.
Alright. Fair enough. Let's agree to disagree on that.
No, I don't need to agree to disagree.
Okay. How do I request the footage?
You can't request it.
Of course you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Under the Freedom of Information Act.
No, you
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You're lying now. Yes, you are. Bullshitting. Clearly.
So you think you can request any evidence that we have?
Not any.
Well then.
What further exposes the weakness of their position is the suggestion that something as significant as a breach of the peace depends largely on their own personal view. As though it can be invoked whenever they decide it should apply. In reality, they offer nothing to demonstrate any immediate disorder or genuine threat that would support such an approach. The same pattern continues when CH asks to speak with a supervisor. Instead of treating the request as a reasonable step toward resolving the situation, he's told he has no right to demand one, even while the officers remain confident in telling him where he is and isn't allowed to stand. That contrast speaks volumes about the way the encounter is being handled, because accountability should include access to appropriate oversight rather than dismissing it outright. The discussion then shifts to the nearby car park, but that point does little to change the circumstances. From a location that is open to the public, anything plainly visible remains visible to anyone else in the same position, making the reference to the car park an unconvincing justification for the officer's concerns.
Am I being detained, officer?
At the moment.
No? Oh, okay.
Stay here though while they talk.
Am I being detained?
Stay here a second.
Am I being detained?
I will detain you in a second if you don't
What
stop
for?
there.
What law?
Because they're having a chat, aren't they?
For what law? What law? Under what grounds? What are you going to detain me for? You can't detain me. Done nothing wrong. Legal. Who are we waiting for? What's happening?
Mine is PC Brown, right? If you come back to this police station
Yeah.
and I see you here again, right?
Yeah.
I am telling you that by your behaviour, I feel harassed, alarmed.
You can't be harassed, you're an officer.
Right. Not true. I feel
You're an
harassed.
officer of the law.
I feel
Look it up.
harassed.
Look it up.
Right. I feel harassed.
Arrest me now then.
Right. Okay?
Arrest me
if
now.
you come back
Arrest me now.
again, right?
Arrest me now.
If you come back,
Arrest me now.
I will be arresting you for
Arrest me now.
harassment under
Arrest
the
me
Harassment
now.
Act. Okay?
Arrest me now.
No, I'm telling you, you're not listening, are you?
Alright then.
If you come back,
Back.
right? If you continue and you come back and you start filming my vehicle again, I'm
What, you
telling
in that
you,
one with the license plate?
I am telling you, I will nick you for
Oh,
harassment.
you're insured, officer. You insured?
Yes, I am insured, yes.
Yeah,
If you
that's
do
good.
anything with those images, okay,
Well, like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
everything,
Twitter.
yeah, everything.
What
right?
about it?
We will be fining you, okay, and we'll be
Okay.
tracing your accounts, okay, and we will be speaking to you.
Good job you used dark web then, innit? VPNs and all that. Well, what's up, mate? Getting angry?
The inconsistencies continue when CH is told he has no way of requesting the officer's body-worn camera footage. That claim doesn't reflect the established process, as there are formal mechanisms, including a subject access request under the Data Protection Act 2018, through which a person can seek footage that contains their own image. Dismissing the possibility outright suggests either a misunderstanding of that process or an unwillingness to acknowledge it. Moments later, another contradiction emerges when the officers insist he is free to go, yet immediately warn that if he moves, he will be detained. Those statements sit uneasily alongside one another, making it difficult to reconcile how someone can simultaneously be unrestricted while also being threatened with detention for leaving. The encounter then shifts again, this time toward allegations of harassment. However, the discussion overlooks the fact that the Protection from Harassment Act 1997 relates to a course of conduct rather than the isolated act of standing in one place with a camera during a single interaction.
I was taking photos.
Yeah, why were you doing that?
'Cause
Because
I
you're
can.
causing them alarm. So you're
I'm not.
causing them issues, yeah.
But I'm not there now.
I know, but you were, so I'm asking why you were.
Why? Because I was taking photos.
Yeah, you've just said that, why? I understand you were
Because I
taking photos. Why were you causing them alarm up there?
I wasn't causing them alarm.
You were, because they've just told me that you were causing them alarm.
What, they told you or
Yes.
one of them told you?
Yeah, one of them told me. Yeah.
Right. Do you want me to tell you the whole incident rather than just what he
yes, so
said?
tell me why,
Right.
why you're up there
So
filming.
I was up there, I was looking around some of the business
Yeah,
areas up there. There's
Yeah.
one, I was taking photos of one place where they fix
yeah.
rides
Why
and
were you
stuff
doing
like that. Because I was interested, so I thought I'd take photos.
Okay.
Right? So I've walked around the corner, I've stood there, I've seen a forklift go round, so I thought, oh, I'd take a quick snap.
Why are you taking a picture of that?
Why would I not? Do you not
No,
record
that's not a
like
question.
24/7?
I'm asking you why you take a picture of that.
Why would I not?
That's just the opposite. Why are you interested? Why do you want to take a picture
Why
of
wouldn't I be interested?
Because it's just a forklift.
But you're interested in being a police officer and I think you're scum, but not you personally, but the police in general. Bad cops get good cops killed. Remember that?
Is that you're putting personal vehicles in the public domain?
But I wasn't interested in personal.
Oh right, so you don't need to put personal vehicles on there, do you?
I wasn't interested in personal.
Okay,
right,
that's fine,
let me tell
fine.
you what happened.
Okay.
Right, I came down here. The officer that first left in the white car that stopped there was coming out, so I thought I'd take a video of the gate opening and closing. That was it. Then he got out and started screaming and shouting, "Oh, you're not allowed to record. It's public." Rah, rah, rah. I was like, "Well, mate, I was only after a video of the gate.
Right.
If you opened it,
I-
closed it."
As the encounter draws to a close, one final issue becomes impossible to overlook. The officers appear to place significant weight on a complaint before taking the time to properly examine what had actually happened. Even when CH offers to explain his version of events, there seems to be little interest in fully considering it, leaving the impression that the outcome had already been decided before the facts were properly explored. When the officers later return and begin photographing him themselves, the explanation they provide doesn't withstand much scrutiny. Equating their actions with his recording of them overlooks an important difference. Police officers exercise specific powers and responsibilities, and any use of those powers should be supported by a clear and legitimate purpose rather than the simple idea of responding in kind. Saying, in effect, "You recorded us, so we'll record you," is not a justification in itself, it is merely a reaction. Looking back over the entire encounter, a consistent pattern emerges. Conclusions often appear to come first, with the reasoning offered afterwards to support them, whether relying on an unverified complaint, invoking powers that seem difficult to justify, or drawing comparisons that fail to address the real issues. The interaction gradually moves further away from a clear and consistent application of the standards officers are expected to uphold. In the end, what remains is an encounter shaped more by assumptions and responses than by transparent decision-making grounded in established procedures. That's all for today's breakdown. If you found this analysis informative, be sure to like the video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more coverage of police accountability and public interactions. Thanks for watching!